2,500 years before Christ walked the earth, a civilization flourished that may have worshipped the very first Shiva. Yet we cannot read a single word they wrote, leaving us to decode their deepest beliefs from silent stones and broken pottery. Welcome to the Indus Valley Civilization, a Bronze Age mystery that challenges everything we thought we knew about humanity's spiritual origins. Stretching across what is now Pakistan and northwest India, the Indus Valley Civilization was one of the world's earliest urban societies. Between 2500 and 1900 BCE, it encompassed over 1,500 settlements across an area larger than Western Europe. Cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro housed populations that may have reached 40,000 people, rivaling ancient Babylon in scale and sophistication. But here's what makes this civilization truly extraordinary. They left behind no temples, no palaces, no monuments to kings or conquering armies. Instead, they built something far more revolutionary: the world's first planned cities with sophisticated drainage systems, standardized weights and measures, and what appears to be a remarkably egalitarian society. The absence of grand religious architecture initially led archaeologists to believe the Indus people were purely materialistic. But as excavations progressed, a different picture emerged. One of a deeply spiritual civilization whose religious practices were woven into the very fabric of daily life. The most tantalizing clue comes from a small steatite seal discovered in Mohenjo-daro in 1928. Measuring just 3.4 centimeters square, this tiny artifact depicts a horned figure seated in a yogic posture, surrounded by animals including an elephant, tiger, rhinoceros, and buffalo. Below his throne, 2 deer graze peacefully. The figure wears elaborate jewelry and a distinctive headdress, his arms adorned with bangles that suggest divine status. Archaeologist Sir John Marshall immediately recognized the significance of this image. The seated posture, with heels pressed together and knees spread wide, mirrors the classic lotus position of meditation. The surrounding animals echo later Hindu traditions, where Shiva is called Pashupati, the lord of beasts. Most striking of all, the figure appears to have 3 faces, anticipating Shiva's later representation as Trimurti. This Proto-Shiva seal suggests that core elements of Hindu spirituality may stretch back over 4,000 years, making it potentially the world's oldest continuous religious tradition. But the Indus people's spiritual world extended far beyond this single deity. Feminine divinity held equally prominent place in Indus religion. Hundreds of terracotta figurines have been discovered depicting women with elaborate headdresses, heavy jewelry, and fan-shaped ornaments. These mother-goddess figures often emphasize fertility symbols, pronounced hips, detailed jewelry, and sometimes swollen bellies suggesting pregnancy. Some scholars interpret these as representations of a great mother deity, a primordial goddess who governed fertility, harvest, and the cycle of life and death. One particularly striking figurine from Harappa shows a woman with a plant growing from her womb, a powerful symbol of the earth's generative power. Another depicts a goddess flanked by 2 tigers, suggesting dominion over wild nature. These images hint at religious concepts that would later manifest in Hindu traditions of Shakti, the divine feminine energy that animates the universe. The Indus people's relationship with water reveals another dimension of their spirituality. Every major Indus city featured an elaborate system of wells, drains, and public baths. The Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro, a rectangular pool 12 meters long and 2.4 meters deep, was constructed with meticulous care, its floor made watertight with bitumen, and its walls lined with precisely fitted bricks. This wasn't merely functional architecture. The care taken in its construction, its central location, and the steps leading down into the water all suggest ritual significance. Water has always held sacred meaning in South Asian spirituality, from Vedic fire sacrifices to modern Hindu pilgrimages to the Ganges. The Indus people may have been among the first to codify water's purifying power into organized religious practice. Trees, too, held sacred significance in Indus religion. Seals frequently depict peepal trees, the same species under which Buddha would later achieve enlightenment. One seal shows a horned deity emerging from a peepal tree while a worshipper kneels in reverence. Another depicts a tree spirit or goddess with flowing hair that merges with the tree's branches. These images suggest an early form of tree worship that would persist in Indian spirituality for millennia. Perhaps most intriguingly, the Indus people appear to have practiced a form of fire worship. Numerous fire altars have been discovered in Indus sites, along with specialized fire brick that could withstand intense heat. These weren't simple cooking hearths, but carefully constructed ritual spaces. Some scholars see connections to later Vedic fire sacrifices, suggesting that this fundamental aspect of Hindu practice may have Indus origins. The standardization found throughout Indus civilization extended to religious practices as well. Identical seal designs appear across hundreds of miles, suggesting shared religious concepts unified this vast civilization. If you enjoyed this story, please hit the like button and subscribe for more untold history every single day. See you in the next one.